Diary structure and time management are absolutely crucial within any estate agency business. My name is Chris Webb. I'm the owner of the Estate Agent Consultancy. I help estate agents up and down the country grow, leverage and expand their estate agent businesses, help them become more profitable. Do you find yourself running around and chasing your tail slightly in the estate agency world? It's very easily done. Dealing with the public at any one time can be a little bit like herding cats, and you can find yourself going all over the show. So all we want to have in place is a solid diary structure that's going to prevent this from happening and make sure we're as efficient as we can do within our diary structure. So let's look how this would look in a practical terms. So a really good exercise to start off with is actually to look at all the jobs that you want to have in your diary on a weekly basis. Now, some of these may not be work related. Let's say, for example, you like to go to the gym on a Tuesday afternoon, or you pick your kids up from school on a Wednesday afternoon. That's absolutely fine. As long as these things are structured into your diary, they're okay. When they're ad hoc here and there, not quite so okay. So a good exercise to start off with is to write down all the things you want to achieve on a weekly basis within your business. So I'll pick a couple of examples here. We want to generate some leads into our business. That's always a good start. We're going to have viewings. We're going to have market appraisals. Let's put valuations on that one. We're going to have some admin time, unfortunately. And also we're going to need some prep time as well. And I'm sure some of you will want to have a lunch break as well, the most important meal of the day. Right, so those are all the jobs that we want to get into our diary on a weekly basis. There might be more for yourself. As I said, you might have the gym in there, or picking your kids up from school, or you start late on a Wednesday, or whatever it may be. But we put down the core jobs that we want to achieve out of our business on a weekly basis. Right, so let's look how we can put this into a weekly diary structure. So let's go Monday, Tuesday, Wednesday, Thursday, Friday and Saturday, because the joys of estate agency, you generally work the weekends. So I'm going to assume that is no different, but if you don't work Saturdays, congratulations. There we go, let's put some lines down here. Okay, so what we're going to look to do is make this as efficient as we possibly can and actually minimize the amount of time that we're doing on jobs that aren't productive for your business. Now, number one thing that people get stuck doing within a business, so as a local business with regard to jobs you need to do on a daily basis with regard to running a business, but also the larger business management side of things is administration time. The important message is that admin never ends. There is always more administration to do. You can always refile your filing cabinet, make another spreadsheet, look at your books, whatever it may be. There's very few jobs that are deadly urgent on the administration side of things. Unless the HMRC write you a letter saying they're going to come and kick your door down tomorrow, that is an urgent inquiry from the HMRC. But outside of that, admin need to be kept to a minimum and with regard to a specific time within the day. So the best time to do this and the most likely time to do this is first thing in the morning. You come to your computer, you log in, turn your phone off of airplane mode or turn your phone on, and you've got stuff coming through that's come through overnight. So it makes sense to have our admin time first thing in the morning. Now for most businesses, I would allow this to be 30 minutes. So it is not a long period of time. If it's urgent, you'll deal with it at that time. If it's not, you probably don't need to worry about it for a while. So administration time, let's minimize down to 30 minutes per day. Outside of that, we're going to have things like leads coming into the business overnight. So people requesting market appraisals. You might have offers coming through. You need to do your feedbacks and your viewing from the day before. So if we do leads, straight feedback. I can type, there we go, feedback. And again, this might be another 30 minutes in the business. If it's less time, that's absolutely brilliant. We can move on and move on to the next job. If it's less time, more time, that's fine. We can make it flexible around that. We don't need to specifically stay at our desk for exactly 30 minutes because that's what's in our diary. So we put some other bits in here as well. Let's go for midday. So as we said, we're being nice and generous with this. So let's go lunch. There we go, which I know lots of people miss, but you shouldn't. And then end part of the day, we've got a really important job which we're going to talk around in a minute. So let's put this down as prep. There we go. Right, we're going to come back to that one very shortly. So you can see, we've got a lot of gaps within our day. We've got a huge gap here. That's probably a couple of hours across this section here. We've also got another large gap down here as well. This is probably 3-4 hours in the afternoon. So lots of time there. Now, in a busy estate agency, so let's say, for example, you are up and running and your business is flourishing, you're doing really well. What is going to ultimately happen is this part of the day should ideally be viewings and valuations. So the most popular time to view and get valuations on properties is end part of the day and Saturdays. That's probably the most busy time and the most popular time for the public. So effectively, if you've got a running estate agency business, this is going to be viewings and valuations. You should generally try and schedule that in from kind of 4 o'clock onwards for the rest of the day. And then for Saturday, you might have all day Saturday, might be viewings and valuations. Cool. So that's good if you've got viewings and valuations in. Bit of a golden rule on this is that try and stick to the viewings and valuations time as much as you possibly can. As we started with, I know what it's like dealing with the general public, and it can be slightly hurdy-catty in that way, trying to get them in for the correct days and correct times, and I can't do that day or I can't do that time. But wherever possible, try and get people into your viewing schedule as much as you possibly can. So if someone phones up saying, actually, can I do a viewing on Wednesday at 10 o'clock in the morning? I'm really sorry, we're fully booked at that time. Could you do 4 o'clock in the afternoon? We're at the property then already. Or would you like a valuation? Great, yeah, we've got some time on Saturday. When's good for you? So wherever possible, push people towards your diary structure. Remember, it's your diary that you control rather than they control. So let's go on an absolute worst case scenario here. And let's assume you've got no viewings and no valuations in your diary. So I'm just going to take out the stuff I've just done. There we go. Sort of off there. So you can see we've got, if you haven't got any viewings and valuations in your diary, you've got loads of gaps here. So you've got a massive 2-hour gap here as we talked about, and a big 3-hour gap here or 2-hour gap here after lunch as well. So what are we going to do? What do we need more of in your business? I would imagine leads and market appraisals are going to be pretty high up your list for what you want to focus on. So in this side, we'll be looking at lead generation, lead generation, lead generation, right the way through the week. If I was launching an estate agency business today, this is pretty much what my diary would look like day in, day out, until the point where it wasn't manageable. Even if you've got a really successful business and you are doing really well, you're getting market appraisals on, you're getting selling properties, etc., you should still be doing a minimum of 90 minutes worth of lead generation on a daily basis. Videos to check out that I've recorded already. I've done a really good video on all about the sales funnel. That's really important going back to this message, and also on stacking deliveries as well. So that's really, really important as well. So if you haven't watched the stacking deliveries one, you want to watch that as well. This will make a lot more sense if you watch that as well. So effectively what we're going to do is operate these in various areas within our town. So let's say, for example, we're on Monday. We might choose to be in area 1 on Monday, then area 2 on Tuesday, 3 on Wednesday, area 4 on Thursday, and then back round to area number 1 on Friday, and then Tuesday would be 2 and 3 and 4. So we're always doing that rotation, area 1, area 2, area 3, area 4, back to area 1 again. So one thing we haven't spoken about here is prep time. Now this is at the end of the day for a very good reason. If you have it at the beginning part of the day, we could have quite easily slotted it after our lead section here. But what people find is that once they start doing their preparation work, it tends to drag on throughout the day. And actually prep work that may have taken you half an hour to do, for example, you end up taking 2-3 hours doing, and before you know it, it's lunchtime, you've wasted the entire morning, and you've not gone out to generate any leads into your business. So the reason it's at the end of the day is because we're preparing for the day after. So on Monday, you prepare for Tuesday morning. On Tuesday, you prepare for Wednesday morning, and so on throughout the week. So there is never a case that you come to work on a Tuesday morning, for example, and go, right, what am I doing today? What leads am I generating into the business? Because you come to the office and you go, right, I've got letters here I need to deliver. I've got a list of houses I'm going to door knock. I've got a big pile of leaflets to get out. I'm off. They're all ready and they're all ready to go for you. Prep time should probably only take you about 30 minutes or so. So the reason it's the end part of the day is because I'm sure you'd like to finish work at some point. You've got dinner to have or friends to go and see. So therefore it's the end of the day, so you can get it done and then leave work from there. You can come to work the next day. Once you've done your admin time and your leads and your feedback, you're picking up your marketing appraisal packs and your leaflets and your letters, whatever you've got prepared from the day before, and you're out the door. If you need advice on this or need any further details on it, feel free to jump onto estateendconsultancy.com and you can drop us a message on there. Have a good day. Bye-bye.